Hey guys! I've had a couple of people ask me to do this video entailing what I did to pass the PN NCLEX on the very first try, and to be completely honest, this video is going to be a little vague because I really didn't do too much to pass on the first try. Basically, the director of my nursing program at my school told us to read definitely chapter 8 and 11, which I did, and then read the whole book, which no, I couldn't do because of my attention span and it was just too much. So chapter 8 in this book basically is leadership and delegation. That chapter will tell you like what tasks you can delegate to a CNA, what an RN can delegate to you, and things that an LPN can and can't do, and what RNs can and can't do, and what CNAs can and can't do. That's really all I got out of that chapter, and it was kind of just common sense. So basically anything you learn in nursing school you're allowed to do, and anything you didn't learn in nursing school you can't do in your skills labs. So that's what I got out of that chapter. Chapter 11 in this book is lab values, and I went through the whole lab value chapter and wrote down lab values I felt were most important, like sodium level, calcium level, potassium. I basically wrote down all the lab values I remembered talking about the most in my nursing program. I didn't worry about like bilirubin or anything like that because we didn't really talk about that much. I did write down my hemoglobin A1Cs and all that good jazz. I also went through each chapter and did the practice questions at the end. There's like 10 or 15 at the end of these chapters. They also give you the answers and why it's the answer with the rationale, which works out really well. And I feel like that helped me. There's a lot of chapters in this book, so yeah, there's a lot. I'm trying to get to the end. And then at the end of the book, there's a comprehensive test that you can take, but I didn't even bother taking that. But I did go through each chapter. I did the 10 or 15 practice questions, took my time reading them, read through the answer choices, made a choice on a separate piece of paper, and then I went back to see which ones I got right and wrong. And the other thing I did was download the NCLEX PN Mastery app, and I didn't even buy that's what it looks like. I didn't even buy the $30 trial. I did the free trial, and now, right now, it's half off. So it's $14.99, and for that price, you'll get 1,600 questions, 22 quizzes. The free trial, which is what I did, you get 145 questions and 5 quizzes. So when I'm laying in bed, or I was eating dinner, or I was at work on my lunch break, I would do 20 to 50 questions throughout the week. And the good thing about this app that I loved was how it would tell you the rationale with the question, why each answer was incorrect and why it was right. And that worked out really well. There's also another nursing app that you can use called UWorld. You do have to purchase it. I believe it's like 50 bucks. It might be on sale, but I didn't even bother downloading that one. And that's basically all I did study-wise. The night before the test, I didn't look at anything nursing related. I didn't even talk about nursing school or the test. I went to sleep. I got a good night's sleep. Woke up, ate a decent breakfast, and then I went to my test. Basically, before my test started, I just inhaled really deeply and exhaled really slowly, said a little prayer during that, and I read the question multiple times. I read the multiple answers they give you lots of times, and basically I put myself in the scenario. Once I read the question 2 or 3 times, I would put myself in this scenario and say to myself, okay, I'm in this, what do I do? And if any of those answer choices matched what I thought I would do in a certain situation, I would do it. So I would click it, move on to the next. And my test cut off 85 or 90 questions. I really wasn't expecting it to cut off when it cut off. But let me tell you, when it did cut off, my heart fell out of my butt. Like, I was just like, I bombed that. Like, I failed. Why did it cut off so quick? And it didn't work out really well because the Friday I took my test, Hurricane Matthew hit the East Coast, and where they transfer like your test results from Florida, because of the NCSBN site and like their headquarters being located in Florida, they had power outages, so they couldn't like send my results to the Board of Nursing right away, and I had to wait that whole weekend, and I didn't get my results until I think Wednesday the next week. So very long weekend, especially with storm cleanup and waiting for my NCLEX results, and then I was on pins and needles all week until I finally got my results. My school kept calling me, blowing me up. They left me a voicemail congratulating me, and I went on the Board of Nursing website, and boom, there I was. So don't overthink it. Just read the question as many times as you feel like you need to. You have plenty of time to take the test, and reread your answer choices as many times as you need to. Make sure you understand what the question's asking you. Don't overthink what the question's asking you, like, oh, but what if this happens, or what if this guy has this after I do this? Don't do that. Literally, pick out the pieces you need and answer the question. The way I think, like when I read a question, answers always pop into my head like, oh, well, I would do this. When I read the answer choices, if it's down there, I pick it. So just don't overthink it. The night before, don't even think about nursing school. Wake up. Hopefully you get a good night's sleep, and just tell yourself you're going to own this test. You don't want to retake it. You don't want to repay for it because it's expensive. You want to pass on the first try. That's your goal. And just walk in there owning it and pass it. So I'm always here if you guys have any questions or comments, like always. And I really hope this video helps you guys. So if you're studying to take the NCLEX, good luck. And if you've already taken it, hopefully you passed, and congratulations.